Self-confidence. That magical aura some people exude as if they were born wrapped in a TED Talk. You've seen it. That one person who speaks louder, smiles harder, walks faster, and somehow convinces everyone, including themselves, that they're the authority on literally everything from quantum physics to how to fold a fitted sheet. And the rest of us, we sit there thinking, wow, I wish I had that kind of self-belief. But what if I told you that self-confidence might be one big juicy illusion? Not like, oops, I forgot to zip up my fly illusion. No, more like a brain-generated hologram. A neurological smoke machine powered by the Dunning-Kruger effect and a sprinkle of delusion. Let's start with the Dunning-Kruger effect, coined by social psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger. They conducted a series of studies in 1999 which found that people with low ability at a task are more likely to overestimate their ability. In other words, the less someone knows, the more likely they are to think they're an expert. Classic case? Remember that one guy in college who gave a 15-minute lecture on macroeconomics after skimming one article on Wikipedia? Yeah, Dunning-Kruger. And this effect isn't just limited to college bros, it's everywhere. In one study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, participants in the bottom quartile of logical reasoning ability rated themselves in the 62nd percentile on average. These people didn't just get it wrong, they thought they were above average. Cue Alanis Morissette's Isn't It Ironic? Meanwhile, the people who actually know what they're doing, they doubt themselves, constantly. The more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. It's called the imposter phenomenon, described by Dr. Pauline Clance and Dr. Suzanne Imes in 1978. Competent people often attribute success to luck rather than ability. So while the clueless march forward with pride, the truly skilled tiptoe with self-doubt. But the illusion doesn't stop at competence. Enter the illusion of control, a term popularized by psychologist Ellen Langer in 1975. Her famous study showed that people believed they had more control over outcomes when they made choices, even when those choices had no actual effect. Like picking lottery numbers, your odds don't change whether you choose them or not. But people feel luckier when they do. Apply that to self-confidence, and suddenly we have a whole bunch of folks who believe they control outcomes simply by believing they can. It's confidence as cosplay. Let's talk about real-world examples. Consider Elizabeth Holmes, former CEO of Theranos. She exuded Steve Jobs-level confidence, wore the black turtlenecks, spoke in that deep voice, and pitched a revolutionary blood testing device. The only problem? It didn't work. Her confidence convinced investors to pour in millions. Actual scientists raised red flags, but who needs science when you've got swagger? Contrast that with someone like Angela Duckworth, a psychologist best known for her research on grit. She doesn't radiate showbiz confidence. She's reserved, methodical, and quick to highlight the limitations of her own research. Yet her work has transformed how educators approach perseverance and achievement. That's the kind of confidence grounded in knowledge. What Albert Bandura would call self-efficacy. Bandura's work in the 1970s emphasized that people's beliefs in their capabilities influence their actions. But here's the catch. His definition of self-confidence wasn't about bravado. It was task-specific, realistic, and built on actual skill. Still, the myth persists. Books like The Secret have convinced millions that belief alone can change reality. Rhonda Byrne, the author, encourages people to visualize success to manifest it. While visualization can be helpful for goal setting, as supported by psychologist Gabriele Eddingen's concept of mental contrasting, belief without action is just daydreaming with extra steps. But here's the kicker. This illusion is useful. Just like how a placebo pill can sometimes make people feel better, confidence, real or fake, can improve performance. Amy Cuddy's now famous and controversial study on power poses suggested that adopting dominant postures could increase feelings of confidence. Even though subsequent replication efforts questioned the hormonal effects, the psychological boost remains noteworthy. So, is self-confidence real? Kind of. When it's based on experience, preparation, and feedback, yes. That's called self-efficacy. But most confidence out in the wild? It's theater. It's a mask. It's human peacocking. And sometimes it's necessary, because without a little illusion, we might never try anything new. Here's the advice. Build real confidence through skill acquisition. Ask for feedback. Honest feedback, not the sugar-coated kind from your bestie. Reflect on what you know and what you don't. And practice. Competence builds confidence the old-fashioned way, by earning it. So next time you feel imposter syndrome creeping in, ask yourself, do I suck or do I just feel like I suck? Then go gather evidence. And if you're bursting with self-confidence, great. Just check that it's riding shotgun with ability, Not driving the whole car into a ditch. Is self-confidence an illusion? Often, yes, but it can also be a bridge, a little psychological hack that gets us from doubt to discovery. And hey, if this breakdown rattled your confidence a bit, good, you're probably doing better than you think. Now smash that like button, subscribe to the Debunkers, and drop a comment below with your most hilariously overconfident moment. Bonus points if it involves karaoke, dating apps, or assembling IKEA furniture without the manual. Until next time.